Hey, so I wanted to go over kind of what the Fulton County coaching cycle is, as well as what a pre-conference looks like and some things you want to address in a pre-conference. So Fulton County has developed their coaching cycle, and there's a couple different ways to look at it, but it's always continuous. So for this, you start with a pre-conference, and we're going to talk about what that is today. And then you're going to go into some type of action. The action might be, modeling, co-teaching, co-planning, something to assist the other person in learning whatever their goal is, and then the post-reflection. So a lot of the coaching cycle has to do with conversations. For our Vanguard mentoring cycle, they've added in the TIMO. So you want to start with your baseline TIMO and get that observation in, and then you do your pre-conference. So the pre-conference is where you're going to sit down and go over the TIMO and what you observed, and then you're going to set up your goals from there, and then the mentoring period is going to be your action, and then you do your post-conference at the end of it. So for Vanguard, we're doing 2 of these cycles, so pre-conference, action, post-conference, with 1 person. So you're going to go through it twice with 1 single person. So you guys are familiar with the TIMO, so I'm going to go ahead and just skip over that. Remember that you need to make sure that you're filling out 2 TIMOs, 1 for your baseline observation, and then 1 for your post-observation. So after you have done the TIMO, your first baseline, you're going to meet with your coachee, the person you're mentoring, and you're going to go over kind of the process. You're going to show them what the TIMO is, and then you're going to look at the TIMO together and kind of just talk about what you saw. You want to talk about what the teacher needs from you. So you want to make sure that any goal you set for the teacher is something the teacher wants to work on, not something you've chosen for them. And you can use that TIMO data to kind of guide that conversation with the teacher to talk about, what their strengths are. And I always try to include something positive as well as what their weaknesses might be, and just kind of talk about it being a learning process together, and that you are there to support the teacher. This is completely non-evaluative. It's completely confidential. And in that conference, you're going to set up a SMART goal for the teacher. So you guys, again, are very familiar with SMART goals. We use them here. But you want to make sure that it is especially something that is attainable for the teacher and that they can achieve. And you want to for sure make sure it's relevant. You want to make it sure it's something that matters to the teacher you're working with. So you want to remind the teacher that this is a partnership, that you guys are working together. So in this, you're both equals. You're both teachers in the classroom. You want to give them the choice of what they want to work on, because that's going to motivate them more. You want them to have some voice in the process as well. So you want them to discuss, what they need. You really want it to be reflective, and I know personally this is a weakness of mine. You want to go in and you want to make sure you're having those conversations, because if you're not having that conversation, you're probably not moving forward, and that goes along with dialogue too. And you want that dialogue to be completely open. Praxis means essentially that it's applicable, that you're getting practice in with it, and then reciprocity. So essentially the story here is that you guys are partners in this, and this looks a lot like personalized learning as well. And you want to remind the person that you guys are both learners and that you're there to work together. When you get done, you want to make sure you fill out your points. So you're going to need 50 points for teachers and medis. So Shay, you and I will both need 50 points for this. So make sure you fill it out. Now, your goal is to set up a meet and greet, get to know your mentee, and then come up with a time to get a baseline TIMO. And then you might want to hold your pre-conference. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.